Hello, my name's Douglas Westwater and I work with Community Enterprise. Community Enterprise is a social enterprise support agency and consultancy company that provides support into the third sector and social enterprises. We work right across Scotland, and one of the things we've done a lot of over the years is to be supporting community groups with community asset transfer. We've been doing that for many years, and we've seen lots of organisations take on assets and develop them for the benefit of their community. Today I'm here just to give you a brief summary of the work we've been doing with the William Grant Foundation report here. That report is about a new approach to community-based asset development. It really came from a change in circumstances in the sector, and what we're finding was that traditional route of organisations developing an idea and then approaching funders to fund the idea in terms of the renovations, redevelopment, rebuild of their facilities was beginning to be very costly, into the millions. And what we were beginning to find was that community funders, the money wasn't there to develop that. There was a piece of research undertaken that indicated that one of the solutions to this was to push more repayable finance into communities. Now, for some organisations, that's absolutely ideal, but for lots of the community groups that we work with, really it's just not sustainable to be taking on loan finance and repayable finance into community organisations developing these assets. So we began to think about what might be another route to help groups to achieve the development of their assets without having to take on too much repayable finance. So we started really digging around, speaking to lots of people right across Scotland and beyond about how people were responding to this issue about reductions in the access to grant funding for capital projects. And we discovered really that people were using four main methodologies to address this, a lot of which they were using together. And those methodologies were working in a partnership, so reducing the risk, working with other people. The second one's about using innovative construction, so organisations using straw bales and those kind of things. The third method was DIY construction, so getting volunteers, getting local people, local trades to do that rather than working with a main contractor. And fourthly, and lastly, a quite a common approach was about having to phase that project, so working with a large capital build but achieving little bits over a period of time. That was really the four models that emerged from our research. And the learning really from us was that not only was this cheaper and therefore more affordable, so the costs were significantly less than having a quantity surveyor cost it and going out to a main contractor, but in addition to the costs being less, there was also significant local community benefit because local organisations were having private sector doing donations. They had significantly more local interest in their project, and that immediately led to more people committing to the hall, the facility, using it more effectively, booking it for parties, those kind of things. So not only did the community feel more ownership rather than abrogating responsibility to an architect, they felt much more ownership of the project themselves, were much more committed, felt that sense of ownership, and therefore, when the building was built, much more likely to use it, which pushed financial sustainability. So for lots of reasons, the move to make the building more affordable by these four methods not only reduced the cost, but has increased the community empowerment outcomes and also the sustainability outcomes. So it's been a very effective model, and we're beginning to see it rolling out across the country. The William Grant Foundation have put a small investment into a demonstration project on the Isle of Kerala, and they're finding it working really, really effective there, and they're moving to develop and deliver their project over the next few months. So that's been really successful. There's been a number of different learnings. One of the things, of course, this is not risk-free by any means. So with an organisation locally delivering this project often themselves, without certainly the scale of support from an architect-led design team, and maybe not then having a main contractor delivering a capital build, means that they need to get some additional support. So there's a different kind of support that's available. We're certainly not saying that funding is not needed. Funding is absolutely needed, but a different kind of funding, a different kind of attitude to risk, and helping projects with that, particularly around capital project development. So that small investment to help people overcome those technical issues allows that to get those community empowerment issues and to make sure the budgets are reduced. It's early days, but the report has been well received, and we're seeing lots of projects beginning to be in contact with us looking to be part of that model. So we hope this will be rolled out, and we would welcome any thoughts and comments.